JBC, in association with Motorsports Jamaica Limited, brings you highlights of the last race at Dover.
In our last program, we featured the Group 1, 2, 3, and 4 modified, the first single-seater, and the 600cc bike races. Today, we will be seeing highlights of the Thundersport 1 and 2, the inaugural rally event, the Oakman Limited Circuit bike race, and another exciting single-seater event. Let's now join our commentator Hilary Jardine for a description of the Thundersport 1 event sponsored by Tropical Battery, in which there are 8 competitors, with Clinton Pinky McGann in the Caribbean sponsored Opel Corsa having the best qualifying time of 1 minute 30.75 seconds. The others in the lineup are Steve Sagani, Wayne Foster, Errol Bowler, David Somerville Jr., Robin Sutherland, Warren Wu Young, and Peter Ray.
And they're going for the start, and they're off. The green flag has signaled the start of the race, and it is McGann who is in the race, number 9. Wu Young, number 9, is in the race. No, Wu Young is not number 9, sorry, 3. They're going through number 1 corner. And let's see what happens there. They're coming out, and now McGann is in front, followed by Peter Ray, and they're coming to the cavalry. Sagani is in 3rd position. And they're going through the Yokohama corner, and it is still McGann. Peter Ray is in 2nd position, and Sagani is in 3rd. Somerville, number 77, is in 4th. Foster, number 15, is in 5th. Tomlinson, number 12, in it behind us here. And let's see, yes, it is still McGann who's leading through the chicane, the Shandy chicane, followed by Peter Ray very closely. And Steve Sagani is in 3rd position, and it's now Young Somerville in 4th position, and Tomlinson in 5th position. They're coming up the hill here to the SO Super Straight, and it is McGann in the lead, Peter Ray in 2nd position, Sagani in 3rd position, David Somerville Jr., Tomlinson. And in the back there is Wayne Foster with the red car, is overtaking someone there on the outside. I can't see exactly who it is, but I can tell you in the lead is a comfortable lead indeed by McGann, followed by Peter Ray, by Sagani, by Somerville, Christopher Tomlinson, Wu Young, and it is still McGann, followed by Peter Ray in his Mini Cooper Super. In the base car in the back here. They start here, the Starlet is way behind. Approaching the Shandy chicane, and it is, the position has been changed. It is now Peter Ray, 1964 Mini Cooper S, now takes the lead through the Carib Cement corner, way ahead, and now it's Tomlinson who's making a bid for 2nd position, followed by Wayne Foster in 3rd position. We have lost the car, we have lost Pinky, but it is really Ray, the Mini 1964 Mini Cooper S, way out in front, followed by number 12, driven by Chris Tomlinson, the Ford Toyota. And in 3rd spot is Wayne Foster, number 15. Number 77 in 4th spot, David Somerville Jr. And here he comes, Peter Ray, flying to the Carib brake corner, sliding that car through. A good lead indeed. Chris Tomlinson, now approaching the Carib brake corner. And who's behind him? Wayne Foster, David Somerville Jr. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, through the Yokohama corner there. It is still Ray leading. He's now approaching the Shell corner. That was a very good lead indeed. And Smelly is close behind him. And Smelly is very close behind him. And the race continues, and it is still Ray driving a 1964 Mini Cooper S, leading them through the Carib Cement corner. And closely followed now by Tomlinson, Chris Tomlinson, Wayne Foster, making good time indeed. And Wu Young is there now. Wu Young has now taken number 77, David Somerville Jr., but it is Peter. And it is Peter Ray leading a good gap indeed. And he seems to be opening up the distance. And it is Peter Ray unsponsored car, well prepared by the team. And Tomlinson is closely challenged by Wayne approaching the chicane, the Shandy chicane here, with a comfortable lead indeed. It's Ray all the way. And Wayne Foster is still challenging car number 12 in number 2 position of Tomlinson. Through the Carib cement corner there, negotiating those very tight corners up the hill. It is still Ray, a comfortable lead. This is a 15-lap race. The Thunder Sport 1. This race is sponsored by Tropical Battery Company Limited. And there is Ray through the Shandy chicane. But who is close to him? It is Tomlinson. Is challenging Ray now. Tomlinson is now challenging Ray into the Carib cement corner. And he's going to take him. No, Ray's holding off. Ray held him off there a while ago, but Tomlinson is right now challenging. A bumper-to-bumper race here that's going on. And Wayne Foster is watching them. And it is, Ray has retired into the paddock. So the race is now being led by Chris Tomlinson, followed by Wayne Foster, who's leading now. Tomlinson, the man who raced very well in the previous event, the Group 4 event, and he's been challenged by Wayne Foster in that Toyota Ford engine of Tomlinson. Tomlinson leads them out of the red stripe corner, approaching the shell corner. In the back straight, the Shandy chicane, and it is still Tomlinson, followed by Wayne Foster, sponsored by Jules Dave, car number 15, VW Golf, driven by Wayne Foster and sponsored by Jules Dave. Yes, it is number 12 of Tomlinson. And look at what happened here. Wayne Foster has taken Tomlinson. There's a new leader in the race now. It is no longer Tomlinson. It is now Wayne Foster, the VW Golf sponsored car. The Jules Dave sponsored car is now leading the race through number 1 corner, and he's being hard pressed by Tomlinson. Is coming on him. Is he going to take him on the inside? Is Tomlinson? Yes, Tomlinson has taken him. It is now Tomlinson through the carry brake. Tomlinson has taken away Tomlinson. Red stripe hairpin corner, through the corner, followed by Wayne Foster, exiting, and now into the straight, heading for the shell. And here they come to the chicane, the Shandy chicane. And who's leading in the Shandy chicane? Tomlinson, followed by Foster. And as they approach the Carib cement corner, it is still Tomlinson with Foster, closely followed. And this is a very interesting race between these two drivers. And of course, the third man, Mu Young, is there, but a good way behind. And the race is between these two cars.
Nice house, but what beautiful furniture.
Got them from the gallery.
The Gallery, suppliers of fine furniture, crafted and solid mahogany with class and distinction, yet affordable. They blend equally well in a traditional or contemporary setting. The Gallery, Red Hills Mall, telephone 9252-580.
Both cars are off the track. Tomlinson spun and forced Wayne Foster off the track. They are both off the track.
Come to the finish. Can't stop shot.
The crash between Tomlinson and Foster left Peter Mu Young alone in the race, and he went on to win. Peter Ray, who was leading in the first half of the race but pulled out due to mechanical problems, rejoined the event to finish second. Foster and Tomlinson were able to walk away from the scene of the accident without suffering any injuries.
When I went for the break, at the end of the straight, no break. So I tried to pump the brake, no brake, and I pulled up the handbrake in an effort to spin the car. Didn't work, and I planted him instead.
And basically, I never had any clutch, so I had problems getting it in gear and all that. And he caught me up and he passed, and I passed him back and all that. But all he said was that he lost his brakes, and he tried for handbrake and all that. But, I mean, I figure if your brakes don't just go like that, you know, why was he cooking it so hard in the corner? Anyway, I'm still alive, so I guess it got me all that.
The event for rally cars was another first at Dover, and Chris Garrell, an executive member of the Jamaica Motoring Club and himself a regular driver on the Dover circuit, explains the reason for putting on this race.
Okay, most of the rally cars, the drivers belong to the Jamaica Motoring Club. Jamaica Motoring Club has a whole host of drivers with very special talent who run their cars basically in autocrosses, rallies, right, and on the dirt. These drivers are very, very talented, and a number of them have expressed their desire to run at Dover, but because of the classifications of the Dover races, their cars didn't fit in. We decided that what we'll try and do is arrange one race where we amalgamate all the classes that belong to the rally cars, put them on the track together where they could compete against each other and not against specialized circuit cars. I'm trying to give these talented drivers an exposure to circuit racing. I figure that if these guys get an opportunity to drive and show their skills on the track, it might prompt some of them to invest in also specialized circuit cars and increase the field at Dover and make Dover far more competitive than it is now.
15 cars lined up for the start. The drivers included David Somerville Sr., his son David Jr. and daughter Jody, the only female in the race. The Moody family was represented by Peter and Mark. The race was sponsored by IMSCO Limited and was run over 8 laps.
And David Somerville Sr. is in third. On the inside is Amador. Gilman is in front, but he's been taken on the outside. No, he's holding it on. Gilman is still leading this race here. It's Gilman coming into the carrier brake, leading. And what is this happening here?
As you see, they're all bundled across the track, and it's going to be interesting to see how the drivers move up from the rear to the front in this race. It's all 15 of them spread out along the track, and it seems that Mark Moody has taken an early lead. He's driving a Hyundai, and he's followed there by car 66. That is Peter Moody, his brother Peter Moody. So it's a battle between the Moodys for first position at that stage. Peter seems to be have taken over. Peter Moody has taken over from Mark Moody. Car number 7 is David Somerville Sr. So it's already the more experienced drivers in this event are showing their cars.
And it's easily Peter Moody, by Mark Moody, by Jody, David Rickman, and Gilman. And they're going through the cement, Carib cement corner. And we can't see what's happening there right now, but in a moment they're going to get up. Someone's on, it seems I'm hearing some noise there.
And as they come around once again, it's Peter Moody. Peter Moody in a Mazda, who is leading his brother Mark Moody in the Hyundai. But here comes David Somerville Sr. David Somerville Sr. seems to have moved up into second position there now. So the class is beginning to tell here. Peter Moody moving comfortably in. And here comes the Senior Somerville. That's David Somerville Sr. And he's followed there by car number 2. That's Albert Rickman. And after them we find Mark Moody. In car number 4, which is lying in 5th position, we have Alfred Chen. And at the back of the field, making up the numbers at the moment, are a number of drivers. We have Howard Lynch, Brewster Souza, Jody Somerville. She's the only female in the lot. She's driving car 777. There she goes around the red stripe hairpin turn at this stage now. Jody Somerville, the only female in the race. But she still has a number of cars to catch. She has Peter Moody, Mark Moody, David Somerville Sr., Alfred Chen. Those cars are all up front.
And Peter Moody is approaching the Carib Brake corner, the Carib Cement corner, way out in the lead, comfortably. And we can't see the second car as yet here. It's David Somerville Sr. in second position, followed by David Rickman.
These cars are not necessarily built for racing as such. They are more rally cars. They are used to going through the hills and the terrains and the valleys of Jamaica. But they're here today and they seem to be liking the track here at Dover. We see Peter Moody. That's the Mazda. And he seems to be doing very well. We see at the back of the field it's car number 16. Car number 16 is about to be lapped by Peter Moody. That's Wade Morrison. If Morrison doesn't step up on it, then Peter Moody is going to pass him by any minute. There's our second place person this time, Alfred Chen. Come on. Give me a thought. Go down on the drive and go that way on this side.
Okay, in front now we have Peter Moody, who's a Class 8 car. It's a four-wheel drive Mazda, turbocharged, falls in Class 8.
And it is still Peter Moody through the Carib Cement corner. A commanding lead indeed. The second place car is just about approaching the back street here, and that is Alfred Chen. Entering into the Carib Cement corner, Peter Moody is entering the first corner. So it's about a quarter of a lap lead. 8 laps of exciting racing, handicapping the rally cars here at Dover. Excitement in its glory. Alfred Chen making a bid for Peter Moody, much too far behind. David Rickman is still in third position, and David Somerville Sr. in fourth, Mark Moody in fifth, Jody Sutherland in sixth position, Gordon McDowell.
David Somerville Jr.
And Junior is way back there, leading comfortably from Alfred Chen. Alfred Chen, who is driving a Honda Civic. Peter Moody is driving a Mazda.
It's difficult to look at a car and judge its capabilities, but when you look at Peter Moody's car, it seemed to have that extra on it.
Well, there's no doubt, you're quite right. That car, I mean, it's well built and well prepared for racing.
And there's a whole bunch of cars now along the Shell Super Oil Straight. We've got Paul Chung. We've got... Whoa, there's problems here. Gordon McDowell is off the track. He's off the track. He's off the track, almost turning over. The car is on the side. Gordon McDowell on the side in the Goodyear corner. Doesn't appear to be hurt. He just slid straight off of the track, right along the grass, and on the side. I'm sure he's okay because all the various safety features are in place in this car. The car has got a 4-point safety harness, a safety seat. There's no smoke or fire or anything, and out comes Gordon. Gordon is out of that car. He's safe and sound. The car on the side, though, and he's out of the race. Our first place, you know, in first place now is Peter Moody, coming back through the Carib Brake corner after having lapped Bruce D'Souza. Bruce D'Souza in his 1600 Escort. Jody is ahead of Paul Chung. Jody's ahead of Paul Chung. And they're coming along the straightaway. Approaching the corner again. And we've got David Somerville Jr. ahead of Senior, and closely followed by Junior and Paul Chung. Peter Moody is now in the pack. He's making an effort to lap these guys. And Paul Chung has him on the outside. He manages to squeeze through the inside of both Jody and Paul Chung inside of the red stripe corner as they approach the Shell Super Oil corner. They're into the Shell corner now. Peter is on the tail of David Somerville. And David Somerville Sr. They're coming down the straightaway, and Peter makes his move. He now laps David Somerville Sr. Beautiful pass there by Peter. Closely followed by Junior, by Jody Somerville.
Moody through the chicane in the back straight, chasing the Somerville Junior.
And the ambulance is actually on spot where the spill took place.
Yes, I noticed that.
See if there was anything major there.
Well, you never know until you get a report, but I sincerely hope that nothing serious. The car went on its side, so the top wasn't smashed in or anything like that. And it's a roll, so I doubt that anything serious. He had on his seatbelt, so the chances are he's more shaken up.
And with 1 lap to go, it's Peter Moody in his Mazda, who still leads his field of some 15 rally cars. Peter Moody leads, and we have in second position, it's car number 7, David Somerville Jr. is followed there in car number 7 by his father, David Somerville Sr., and behind David Somerville Sr. is Jody Somerville. So the father is in the middle there, his son is ahead of him, and his daughter is behind. So he's well protected there as they make up second, third, and fourth position in this race for rally cars. But there's no catching Peter Moody in this event. Peter Moody has actually lapped the field. He's actually lapped the field, and it's just a matter of who will come second, third, or fourth. But the way things are going now, the Somerville family seem to have those positions all well sewn up. There we see Somerville Jr. driving car number 77 in second position. Senior Somerville is in third. And we see car number 6, that's Paul Chung, moving up into third position now ahead of Jody Somerville. They're followed there by Mark Moody.
Advancement in this race,
what position? It's spread out all over the place here now, and I am being shown something.
And any minute now, our race winner should come into view. Here he comes, Peter Moody in the Mazda from Executive Motors. He takes the checkered flag. Coming up in second, we're looking for second place finish, and it looks like it's David Somerville Jr. in car 77. And a close third there between car number 7, David Somerville Sr., and Paul Chung in car number 6. And we have Jody Somerville finishing fourth.
Irie FM in association with Red Stripe, the Great Jamaican Beer Princess Reggae Bash in commemoration of Irie FM's
from the rally cars at future race meets.
Well, first of all, let me say thanks to IMSCO for sponsoring the race, and especially one Chris Carell. Also to my sponsor, Executive Motors, for providing me such a car to drive, as you witnessed. It was quite a different event because, as you know, rally cars generally run on dirt, and this was an all tarmac affair. The car performed flawlessly, and, you know, to be honest, I was trying to lap the field, which I did not achieve, but anyway, a different story.
You seem to have enjoyed yourself in this race.
Very much, very much. I mean, I was exactly trying to do an easy race because I tried to drive as hard as I possibly could to see what the car would give, you know. Use it basically as a test session for this car for future events.
You get back the best out of it?
Very close. All right, thank you.
The DNG-sponsored Thundersport 2 race saw Peter and Mark Moody, along with Chris Issa and David Somerville Sr., joining McGann, Muyong, Sagani, and Bowler over 15 laps.
2, 4, 6, 7 cars, and they're off. The green flag has signaled the start, and the race is on. Car leading is Peter Moody. Mazda, the bomb, leads them all. And Smelly is there in the second position. Yes, they're coming down here into the carry brake corner, and it is a convincing lead by Peter Moody, followed by Smelly, Mark Moody, and young David Somerville. They're going through the Yokohama corner there, and it is still Peter Moody who is leading this race. Onto the straight, up the hill. Smelly is pursuing him, with Mark Moody in third spot, and young Somerville there in fourth spot. Put it on. Yes. Through the chicane here, it is still Peter Moody, followed by Smelly, followed by Mark Moody. And young David Somerville Jr. David Somerville Jr. is in fourth position as they negotiate and exit now the carry cement corner. There's a gap between the next car, and the next car is Peter Ray in the Mini Cooper S. And under the Goodyear Bridge is Peter Moody with the bomb, the Mazda. The rotary car is moving away. Smelly is in second, being chased by young Mark Moody. Peter's brother, and David Somerville Jr., number 4 position. And in 5th position is Peter Ray with the Mini Cooper S. And the race continues while Peter is moving further and further away from car number 12, driven by Chris Tomlinson. Tomlinson is out of the race. Mark Moody moves into 2nd spot, while Peter Moody leads the race. Through the Shandy chicane is Mark Moody. Under the Goodyear Bridge, flying there, burst of speed, approaching the number 1 corner. And here comes Mark in 2nd position, climbing the hill, now approaching the Goodyear Bridge, and he goes under. And Peter is now negotiating the number 1 corner, and is now in the straight, approaching the burst of speed. Mark is trying to chase, Mark is making a chase, but doesn't have a chance, it seems. Peter is just powering that machine up the hill. And here comes in the carry brake corner is David Somerville, smoking the rear wheel, locking the brakes and going through the corner. Car number 66, Mazda, rotary engine. The bomb is called, and it is a bomb indeed. It's bombing everything here today. He's gone through the Carib Cement corner, and here comes Mark, now approaching that corner, but Peter is coming up the hill, heading straight for the Goodyear Bridge, flying under the Goodyear Bridge, way out in front. Mark is now negotiating Carib Cement corner, so Peter is going further and further away. Shift 3 gears in that corner, a very tight corner, and he's coming through there, heading straight for the carry brake corner, flying down, 1, drop 2 gears, on the gear again, on the accelerator. But Peter Moody is just moving further and further away into the red stripe hairpin, negotiating fast, pulling gears, shifting gears through the Carib Cement corner. 1, 2, 3, down, right down, he's coming down. And he's making noise, the bomb is bombing away. And he's about to lap another black marker. Under the bridge, Goodyear Bridge. 1, 2, 3, drop 3 gears. Using a 5-speed box, obviously. 3 corner, slightly banked. He's going to the Yokohama. That's a right hand as well. A sweeping right. Going up the hill. Chasing after the red stripe. U-turn. The power, the bomb is powering through the red stripe. Exiting, and he's on his way to the shell corner. Braking, shifting the hairpin. Now negotiating through the Carib Cement corner. 1, 2, 3, down, right down, and he's coming down. Negotiating several small turns down below there, but he's going to appear any moment now. And there he is, up the hill again. It is Peter Moody all the way. Under the Goodyear Bridge is Peter Moody. Peter Moody is just moving away.
So Peter Moody, who won the Rally Cars event and finished a close second in the Group 4 Modified, winning the Thunder Sport 2 ahead of Mark Moody and David Somerville Jr.
Jamaica's #1 choice. Take a step now, join the party. Have a hand in celebration. Now your birthday, drink that Pepsi. It's the coolest drink you're tasting. It's got to be Pepsi. Whoa, it's got to be Pepsi. Yeah, it's got to be
Pepsi, Jamaica's #1 choice.
Pepsi.
Match 3. Match 3. Match 3. Match 3. Match 3.
Alfred Chen and Chris Smelly were all expected to prevent Andy Chung, winner of the first race, from making it 2 in a row. The competition came, but the more experienced Chung showed his class and came away with another victory.
And the race is off. The green flag has signaled the race, and it is Alfred Chen in the lead, followed by Chris Issa, followed by Chung. And they're coming into #1 corner. They're all bunching together there, but it is still Alfred Chen in the lead, Chris Issa in second position, Andy Chung in third position, and it is David Somerville in fourth, and the orange car is in the last, and that is driven by Steve Segani. And here they come through the carrier brake, the hill to the red stripe airpin, and it is still Alfred Chen in the lead, followed by Chris Issa, by Andy Chung, by Smelly and Mark. The Shandy chicane, and it is still Alfred Chen, followed by Chris Issa, followed by Chung, followed by David Somerville Jr. and Smelly, and last of them all is Steve Segani. Coming through the Carib Cement corner. They're lost there to us, can't be seen from here, and here you're seeing them now. It is still Alfred Chen in the lead, closely followed by Issa, by Andy Chung, and the yellow car of Smelly. Segani is way in the back. Number one corner, Alfred Chen negotiates comfortably, and it is still in second position, Chris Issa. Andy Chung is in third position, and Andy is closing on Chris, but no, Chris is not going to give way. David Somerville is in there in fourth position, and Smelly in fifth position. Number 6 is Steve Segani. Alfred Chen with a comfortable lead from Issa, Chung, David Somerville Jr., Smelly, and Segani. Here in the back, it is still Alfred Chen way ahead. Chris Issa is in second position. Alfred Chung is in third position. David Somerville Jr. in fourth position. And Smelly fifth. And sixth is Steve Segani. They're coming up here, up the hill, into the straight, the start and finish straight, the SO Super straight, and it is still Alfred Chen, this time closely followed by Issa. Issa is making a bid. Issa is closing on Chen there now, but no, Chen is not on the inside. Is Issa. Issa has Chen has taken back the lead. Issa made a bid on the inside. Chen was on the outside, kept his line, and he's still in the lead, but he's being challenged by Issa. Again, Issa is making a bid on the inside, but Chen is not giving way. It is still Alfred Chen in the lead, followed by Issa, followed by Chung, followed by Somerville, and here they go. It is still Alfred Chen, but look who's challenging on the inside. And now it is Chung into the chicane, the Shandy chicane. And the race has been led by Andy Chung. What a good race this is. What a close race this is. Alfred Chen still in second position, being challenged by Chris Issa, but it is still Andy in the lead. Andy Chen leads them. Cars are close together, they're not very far. They're coming up here into the straight, into the SO Super straight. And it is Andy, Alfred Issa, young David Somerville, Smelly, and Segani. Into the number one corner, a good gap indeed. He's moving away from them. Is Andy Chung. Widening the gap from the second place car of Alfred Chen. Coming down the straight into the carry brake corner. Moving further and further away is Andy Chung. It is sponsored Fiesta car rental machine. He's exiting. Chen is now negotiating and exiting as well, followed very closely by Issa behind us, and negotiating the Shandy corner is the leader, Andy Chung, followed by Alfred Chen. It is still Alfred holding on to second position, but something is going to give here, and but Chen is still holding on to the second position. There he goes, Andy is moving away. Chen is still in second position, and this time who's in third position but young David Somerville. Somerville has gone past Issa. Issa is now in fourth position, and Smelly in fifth position, Segani in sixth position. And they negotiate number one corner, and this boy Andy's really driving his heart out here, into the carrier brake, out of the carrier brake, approaching the Yokohama. And it is still Alfred in second position, but he's pressed by young David Somerville. They've gone through the Yokohama, and it is still Andy widening the gap from and now young Somerville is in second position. He has taken Alfred Chen and is now in second spot, but they're coming down the Life of Jamaica stretch, and they're negotiating the Shandy corner, and he's so far ahead now, and he's just moving away. into the Carib Cement corner. And who is in second position still? It is still young David Somerville, followed by Alfred Chen. And Issa is making a bid to take Chen, but no, Chen held him off. Chen is holding him off there, and it is up the straight, start and finish straight is Chung. Andy Chung into number 1 corner. And David Somerville Jr. is still in second position, being pressed by Alfred Chen. And there in number 4 position is Chris Issa, and in position number 5 is Smelly. Andy has gone, and Chen is challenging young David Somerville, but no, Somerville is holding his own there. And here he comes through the chicane, the Shandy chicane. The leader of the race is A. Chung. 10 laps to go. It's a 10-lap race. 8 laps finished. We have 2 laps to go. And who is in the lead? Andy Chung is in the lead, followed far behind by young David Somerville, by Alfred Chen, Chris Issa, and Smelly. A good way behind is Shigani. He's having difficulty, it seems, but this race is easily being won by this youngster, Andy Chung. And young Somerville is pushing hard, trying to get away from Alfred Chen, but Alfred Chen is not allowing him to do that. Andy Chung way out in front, negotiating the Carib Cement left-hander, followed by young David Somerville, by Alfred Chen, by Issa. Very close. These cars are all close together, except for Andy Chung, who has a really good lead. Quite a distance indeed. Under the Goodyear Bridge he goes, flying on the SO Super Straight. Here comes David Somerville under the Goodyear Bridge, all of them flying under the bridge. Motor racing from Dover, where the excitement is, and here these cars are coming through the Carib Break corner. Sliding the rear wheel is David Somerville, with Alfred Chen closely coming for the chicane, the Shandy chicane, and he's negotiating it before Chen. And he's coming to the Carib Cement corner, and again he's going to negotiate before Chen. And there's still Issa. There's still those dangers right there behind. Smelly and Issa are still dangers. And there he goes, under the Goodyear Bridge is that great driver, Andy, taking the checkered flag and winning the race. Second position goes to young David Somerville, third Alfred Chen, and fourth is Chris Issa.
Chung's double victory in the Formula Shell single-seater series brought him congratulations from the management and staff of Fiesta Car Rentals.
Feeling good, taking the double. And you'll see a lot more of us in the future, especially in the Formula. And you can look for the Mini next time too. All right. Yeah, good day, successful day, and Andy drove well. And I guess we're the car to beat now. All right.
The second circuit bike race of the day was run in the open category. There were 7 riders: Lance Douglas, Orlando Donegal, Morris Adamson, winner of the 600cc event, Andre and Emile Janier, leading rider Chris Young, and Roger Hugh.
And they're waiting the start flag from the starter now, and they've got the flag and they're off. This race is over 15 laps. And there they go, ladies and gentlemen, our 7 riders in this race. They'll be going over 15 laps. Chris Young is on number 4, a Kawasaki. Andre Janier is number 2, he's riding a Yamaha. Morris Adamson, winner of the first race, number 5 is on a Honda. Emile Janier, number 22, riding a Suzuki. Orlando Donegal, he's number 11, he's riding a Honda. Roger Hugh, he's number 34, he's riding a Suzuki. And Peter Wright, number 30. They'll be going over 15 laps, and as they go around for the first lap, it's number 4, Chris Young, who he started off in grid position number 1, and he's in the lead at this stage. He's closely followed by number 11, Orlando Donegal, riding a Honda. But it's Chris Young out front now, followed by Donegal, followed by Morris Adamson. And as they come up back for the second lap, it's Chris Young on a Kawasaki. He's number 4. He's in first position. Rider number 5, Morris Adamson. He won the first race, and he's in number 2 position at this stage. He's on a Honda. There's Chris Young with a very commanding lead at this stage. Only into the second lap of the race. This is a 15-lap event. And Chris Young, rider number 4. He's looking very comfortable on his Kawasaki as he goes into the red stripe turn. It's closely followed there by Morris Adamson, number 5. And in third position, it's Andre Janier. This race is over 15 laps, and it's the second race meet here at Dover that we're having bike racing, and it seemed to be catching on. The crowd seemed to enjoy the bikers as they go around the track. And as they come up for lap number 3, it's Chris Young on his Kawasaki. He seemed to be stretching that lead over Morris Adams. And here comes Andre Janier in third position. From Andre Janier. And they're followed by number 22, Emile Janier. And then we have number 34, Roger Hugh. And at the back of the field, it's Peter Wright. We're still into the third lap of this 15-lap event for bikes 600cc or more. This is the second bike event we're having here today. The first event was run by Morris Adamson. He rode a Honda, and he's back in this race riding a Honda. Here the riders come into lap number 4, and it's rider number 4, Chris Young, who has a very good lead over number 5, Morris Adamson aboard his Honda. And coming up into third spot, it's the rider number 2, Andre Janier. And these three are leading the field. We see rider number 22, Emile Janier, coming up, and it's followed by number 34, Roger Hugh. They seem to be maintaining this position as they go around. Way out front, Chris Young, looking very comfortable at this stage. With just 4 laps completed out of 15, he's riding easy at this stage. Morris Adamson has maintained the second position and doesn't seem to be in any hurry at this stage. In third position, there's Andre Janier going around the red stripe corner, and he's followed by his brother Emile aboard a Suzuki. We're about the halfway stage of this race. Something dramatic has got to happen for them to catch Chris Young aboard his Kawasaki. Morris Adamson is maintaining his second position aboard his Honda, while we see Andre Janier, rider number 2, coming up on his Yamaha. Something is happening there any moment now. But at this stage in the race, it's just a matter of who will finish second and third, because there's no way they're going to catch Chris Young aboard his Kawasaki. He's out front by some 500 meters at this stage. There he goes on the straightaway around to the chicane in the race. Here comes Andre Janier. He's maintaining a steady third, but far back. And Chris Young, he has overtaken Peter Wright, rider number 30. Chris Young has overtaken Peter Wright, and as lap lapped him. And Wright is going to be lapped by Adamson any moment now. Wright not seem to be enjoying the speed that the others seem to be doing at this stage, and he's just taking his time around the corners and on the straightaways. Here comes Adamson. Adamson dropping back somewhat from Chris Young. Andre Janier is still maintaining position number 2. And there he goes around the red stripe corner. He picks up speed as he straightens out and goes into the shell corner now. And he's followed by his brother Emil aboard a Suzuki. Leave out the others, just give him alone. There's Chris Young aboard his Kawasaki, out in front in this 15-lap race. He has about 2 laps left, but that commanding lead that he has on the field, there's no way he's going to be caught today. In second position is Morris Adamson aboard his Honda, but no way is Chris Young going to be caught today. He has a very commanding lead at this stage, and with us about 2 laps to go, it's just a matter of second and third position. Young seems to be riding against time at this stage. He has already lapped Peter Wright, rider number 30, and he seems to be going after him a second time around. And they start to telling him that it's just 1 lap to go, and there he goes now. Chris Young has got this flag from the starter telling him that he has 1 lap to go, and he's taking it easy at this stage. There he goes by on his Kawasaki. Chris Young, our race leader at this stage, and without something dramatic happening, it should be Chris Young who will be getting the checkered flag from the starter. There's Chris Young coming up to the red stripe turn, and he has actually lapped Peter Wright for a second time. When he goes out that side, he's got the second man. Chris Young going down the life of Jamaica straight at this time, and he's into his final lap. The final of this 15-lap event here at Dover today, the second of the 2 bike events we have on the program. And he's followed by Morris Adamson. Adamson's riding a Honda. He's in second position, and that's the way it looks like they're going to finish. In third spot, it's Andre Janier, rider number 2, and in fourth spot, it's Emil Janier.
Take your coat, sir.
Heineken?
Along with an event for 600cc bikes, Christopher Young sees this as something good for the sport.
On the 4th and 5th of August, we will be hosting for the first time in over 10 years an international race meet involving motorcycles. It's going to be the first anniversary since the reintroduction of circuit bikes to Jamaica. And as a result, we've invited down 3 riders to come and participate with us from Miami. They're all local riders that are doing quite well now in Miami, and they were all thrilled about the idea when I asked them to come down and race. Through the kind assistance of Air Jamaica, as well as ATL Automotive, we will be hosting these guys, and they're coming and they're really looking forward to having some great racing with us.
Now, what sort of bikes will these guys be riding?
These guys are riding actually some of the top-of-the-line machines you can get in the States. One of them is actually a production TZ250 racer. These bikes weigh 250 pounds and run at 150 miles an hour. There's also a production Honda CBR F2, which will be ridden by Kevin Noonan of NewTek Cycle, as well as a 1989 GSXR 750 Suzuki, ridden by Raymond Borelli. The TZ is going to be ridden by a gentleman by the name of James Rohan. He had actually placed 5th at Daytona in '91 for the Daytona Race of Champions. So these guys are all accomplished road racers.
Now, Chris, how prepared are the local bikers for the next event, and is this bike racing as competitive as you'd like to see just now among the local riders?
As we go from meet to meet, we notice that there is a more serious attitude, especially towards the preparation of machines. People are now starting to realize that you don't just take a bike off of the street and race it, as well as they realize that the type of riding you see people doing on the streets is not the same as on a racetrack. It's a more disciplined type of riding. And all the people that have been on the track so far, involved in our rallies that we've had, are realizing the importance now of rider safety and getting on the track and getting practice. Now we're finding that people are more serious, and as we go by meet, people are improving. The racing is getting more competitive.
The dirt bikers will also be back in action, and they'll be competing against riders from Grand Cayman, Miami, and St. Lucia. Roger Mizier is one of Jamaica's top rider, and he's looking forward to the competition.
We're now expecting 2 motorcycles from Miami, 9 riders from Grand Cayman, and 3 riders from St. Lucia. We have 1 racer who will be racing the junior class from Grand Cayman. He's the only junior that's coming. However, we have 4 people racing in B class from Grand Cayman and 1 from St. Lucia. The rest of St. Lucians are racing A class, as of the rest of racers from Cayman and Miami. Some of the racers coming, including this European champion. He placed 3rd in European Nationals in 1987, I believe, I'm not sure, 87 or 88. And some of the riders from Miami include places in the top 10 in Daytona Supercross and in Anaheim, California. In this meet, we'll be holding the 3 classes. That is junior class, which is 80 cc's and below, 16 years age limit. B class, which is above 80 cc's, and these are intermediate riders. In the A class, we'll be hosting the pros by Jamaican standards. All of these better riders will be riding in Jamaican pros. We have a few local riders here that should do very well, including Peter Ray, who raced on the European circuit, David Somerville, who also raced motor cars and go-karts. He's currently 3rd in our local championship, Peter being 2nd, and myself, who I'm leading the championship now. In the B class, we have Craig Bihari, who is an upcoming new star. And in the juniors, we have Paul Williams. Paul Williams is a very good rider. He's been doing very well in his class.
Monday's program promises to be full of excitement, and the single-seater series will offer just that. Tony Chambers, the only black Formula One racing driver in England, and the man who